Welcome to Audit Review Hub. In September of 2020, First Amendment Auditor Josh Abrams, the owner of the YouTube channel Accountability for All, was filming a response by the Boston Police Department in Boston, Massachusetts, when he encountered Officer Thomas Antonino. Mr. Abrams filmed the interaction that followed and shared it on his YouTube channel.
All set.
Huh?
Good to go.
Why are you filming the ambulance? Any reason?
Does it feel like it?
Feel like it?
Yeah.
Gotta get a life, bud.
Gotta get a life?
Midnight filming.
Define life.
Get a job.
Hi.
All right.
So you're saying I sell drugs? Now I have a check, guy. Huh? Just pull out my camera. And look at you. What's your name, dude?
I'm Santonino.
All right, so that's how you treat people? We're exercising a constitution-protected activity, and you say because of the time limit I must be selling drugs?
Listen,
Step the back.
First of all, I don't know who you think you're talking.
I'm
Get on the
talking to you.
sidewalk.
I'm
Get on
talking
the
to you.
sidewalk.
You're on the
Get on
road.
the sidewalk.
You're on the road.
Get on the sidewalk.
You get on the sidewalk.
Get on the sidewalk.
You get on the sidewalk. You have no idea who you're dealing with, do you? Yeah, see? De-escalate. Listen to your partner.
I am.
He's going to make this video much shorter.
You're the one
Let's get what
escalating.
you got on your screen there. Let's make sure we get everything on your screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're not the one
perfect.
escalating.
Perfect. Shut your mouth and get moving. I don't feel like hearing your bull. F off.
Are you a police or an EMS or just a... I just wondering.
He's a bag they made the mistake of giving a badge to. Get a life, get a job, bro. Listen, let's compare paychecks, dude. I'll retire next year. I'm 32. How old are you, asshole? Put your window down. Try and get one last word in. Bye, Felicia. Yeah, don't crash into anybody. What are you, drunk? He knows that this is going. He knows who I am. He knows that this is going to go on YouTube. He knows because of who I am, this is going to make a ton of views. And now he's covering his because his partner made him look like a bag. That's what's going on right now.
Mr. Abrams encountered Officer Antonino again 2 years later, on September 1st, 2022, as he was filming in South Boston with the owner of the No Name Audits YouTube channel. According to Mr. Abrams, he began to film Officer Antonino after he heard him direct profanity at an elderly woman. The encounter that followed was captured by Mr. Abrams and No Name Audits, and once again, Mr. Abrams shared it on his YouTube channel.
No parking, huh?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
You gonna start again?
Huh?
You gonna start again?
Start what again?
Why are you filming?
Because I feel like it. Why don't you shut your mouth? Get out of the handicap place.
Buddy, didn't you learn the last time when you went to jail for robbing someone? Didn't you learn the
Oh, I
last
did?
time?
Why
Now
don't
you
you back up?
Now
Don't
you
touch my
back
camera.
out. Now you
I'm
back
live.
out. Now you back
Yo, I just got that. I just got
Back
that.
out.
I just got that.
Good, you got it. Good. Back up. Back the f up. Get away from my cruiser.
I didn't go near your cruise. I was making sure you didn't hurt my friend.
I'm talking to him. Go red.
Why would you touch me like that?
Could you put the camera in my face?
I'm sitting on the sidewalk. You're
You
live.
put the camera in my face.
Buddy, you're live on 2 cameras.
Listen, you...
Filming, that's not trouble, buddy.
Huh?
I'm sitting on a
Why
public
you coming
sidewalk.
to my window and taking videos?
Is that
for no
illegal?
reason?
Is it illegal to go like this, Sergeant, Officer? Is it illegal to do that?
You're making a thing. Am I in the handicap spot? No.
You're in a no parking zone, are
What
you?
you're talking about?
Dude, first of all, why don't you get in your car and leave? You just
Listen,
assaulted someone. Could I have a supervisor, please?
Want me to go live?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
live.
live.
Go live.
Could I have a supervisor, please, man? Well, that's professional.
Before we continue the interaction, I want to give a big thanks to the sponsor of this episode, Incogni. Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is exposed online until they see it for themselves. A quick Google search of your name, city, and state will usually turn up dozens of sites listing your address, phone number, email, and more, often without your consent. That's information that can be bought, sold, or misused by anyone with an internet connection. Incogni is a service that works to remove that information from the internet. Their team targets data broker sites, people search engines, and other databases that profit off of your personal data. Incogni has now expanded their capabilities with a new feature in their unlimited plan called Custom Removals. This allows you to submit an unlimited number of links to websites where your personal information appears, even if those sites aren't part of Incogni's automated removal network. You paste the link into your dashboard, Incogni reviews it, and if eligible, their privacy experts work on getting it taken down. Incogni also automatically works through hundreds of major data broker databases on your behalf, sends follow-up requests to ensure removal stick, and continuously monitors for new exposures so your information doesn't resurface. It's a hands-off system designed to keep your data cleaned up and locked down. Incogni is the first and only personal data removal service to be independently verified by Deloitte, which is one of the most well-respected professional services firms in the country. Right now, Incogni is offering members of the ATA community a 60% discount on an annual plan when you use code THEAUDIT at the link below. Data doesn't just disappear on its own. If you don't take it back, someone else will. Thanks again to Incogni for sponsoring today's episode.
Can I have your supervisor, please?
On this station, 50 p.m.
What's your name, man? What's your name? What's your name, buddy? What's your name? You assault citizens like that? What's your name, man?
You guys rolling the fuck up like that?
What's your name, man? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Hey, what happened? That's my car. You didn't have them?
No, they're just assaulting people.
Yo, guys, the cops have attacked AFA. No, needs even.
D4, right? So we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys down there.
You pigs.
We'll see you guys down there, right? Camera's very scary, isn't it?
There's another one. There's a mock car right there. Yo, cops have attacked AFA. I got it on my computer record. I ran across the street. I don't care.
Lawsuit. Lawsuit, buddy.
Grab your camera, everything. Hey, Josh.
All right, guys, we're going to the precinct.
After Officer Antonino grabs Mr. Abrams' hand and camera, Mr. Abrams indicates that he is going to file a lawsuit and go to the precinct to file a complaint. The First Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over Massachusetts, has recognized strong protections under the First Amendment for recording the police in public, and the 2011 case of Glick versus Cuniff. A bystander was arrested after using his cell phone to film Boston police officers roughly arresting a suspect on Boston Common. The First Circuit ruled that this arrest violated the First Amendment because citizens have a right to record public officials, such as law enforcement officers, performing their duties in public. 3 years later, in the 2014 case of Garrick versus Begin, a woman was arrested in New Hampshire for recording a late-night traffic stop. And the First Circuit again held that the First Amendment protects the act of filming the police in public so long as the individual is not interfering with the officer's duties. Together, these rulings make clear that members of the public can legally document police conduct in traditional public spaces as an exercise of free speech protected by the First Amendment. As such, Mr. Abrams would have a strong argument that Officer Antonino's conduct was unconstitutional, as it interfered with his First Amendment right to film from a public sidewalk, and he did not impede Officer Antonino in the performance of any duty. Additionally, Mr. Abrams could also argue that Officer Antonino's use of force violated the Fourth Amendment, as it was constitutionally excessive. As we have discussed before here on ATA, when police do use physical force, the Fourth Amendment requires that it be reasonable under the circumstances. Because Mr. Abrams' actions in filming Officer Antonino were protected by the First Amendment, there was no legitimate justification for employing force to stop him from recording, and therefore a court would likely find that the use of force was gratuitous and unreasonable.
Now, guys, we're headed down to the precinct to file a complaint. This guy's driving up and down the street.
What's his problem?
Up and down the street.
He's already saying he's going to harass. Guys, don't fall, be full. I mean, this guy needs to be told. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. So he pulled over because he was harassing all the homeless over here. 2 units were harassing homeless.
He's flipping again.
Flipping again? He just told me to go near my car. He doesn't want to fuck. He's gonna go over here and fuck.
This guy's crazy, huh?
Just like crazy.
I don't know change. Look at this guy, crazy. Gang stalking. That's gang stalking. Look at this guy. He keeps driving in circles. Back and around.
How do you pass the psychological evaluation? How do you How did you know? You need the out, buddy. How did you pass the psychological evaluation?
As Mr. Abrams walks to the precinct to file a complaint, Officer Antonino circles the block several times, presumably to continue to observe or conduct surveillance on Mr. Abrams. As the Supreme Court noted in the 1967 case of Katz versus United States, individuals have no reasonable expectation of privacy in their movements or actions that they expose to public view, such as on a public sidewalk. Police officers therefore have the authority to observe people in public spaces, for example, by circling a city block in a marked patrol car without implicating the Fourth Amendment, as such casual visual surveillance from a public vantage point is not considered a search and triggers no constitutional requirement of reasonable suspicion or probable cause. However, under these circumstances, it is certainly arguable that Officer Antonino's actions constituted First Amendment retaliation. As the First Circuit Court of Appeals explained in the 2011 case of Hannon v. Beard, a citizen must prove three elements to succeed in a First Amendment retaliation claim: that they were engaged in activity protected by the First Amendment, that a government actor took some adverse action against them that would chill or silence an individual of ordinary firmness from continuing to engage in that protected activity, that the adverse action was motivated at least in part by the protected speech or conduct. Here, peacefully walking to file a police misconduct complaint clearly constituted protected activity. And if Officer Antonino was circling the block in an attempt to intimidate or punish Mr. Abrams for his speech, then a court could potentially find that such surveillance could dissuade an average citizen from filing the complaint.
We're going to the PD, guys. Stand by. I'm just gonna... Alright, I'm gonna fill this out. Alright. No. I don't know, I gotta run to the car real quick.
I'm not gonna take that the complaint. All right.
You're not gonna take it?
No.
How can you not take a complaint against an officer that assaulted someone?
He didn't assault you. I mean, you went over there, you started harassing him, you know.
By standing on a public sidewalk?
You started talking and all that stuff.
But that's legal,
Yeah, but
man.
you're looking for a fight.
I'm not looking for a fight.
You weren't looking for a fight.
I'm being very polite to you, aren't I? I'm being very polite to this officer, right?
I'm being polite to you.
Fine, well, I would like a complaint for
All
him.
right, well, you can go to headquarters or something. I'm not going to take it there, all right?
What's your name? So you're refusing my right to fill out a complaint?
Yep.
I'll go to headquarters.
Mr. Abrams went to the police precinct to file a complaint against Officer Antonino, but the lieutenant that he spoke to refused to accept his complaint. On August 20, 2024, Mr. Abrams filed a lawsuit in the Suffolk Superior Civil Court, and on September 9, 2024, the case was removed to a federal court. The complaint alleged, among other claims, violations of the First and Fourth Amendments and requested $400,000 in compensation. As of the date of writing this episode, the case is still pending. Overall, Officer Antonino gets an F for blatantly interfering with Mr. Abrams' First Amendment right to record in public, using unnecessary and unprovoked force against Mr. Abrams, and for maintaining a hostile and belligerent attitude throughout the encounter. The First Circuit, in particular, has made it abundantly clear that filming police officers in the course of their duties is a protected act under the First Amendment, and there is no legitimate excuse for any officer within that circuit to believe otherwise. Officer Antonino also inexcusably grabbed Mr. Abrams' phone and attempted to twist it out of his hand, implicating Fourth Amendment protections and likely committing assault and battery under Massachusetts LAW. It should also be noted that Section 6.0404 of Title 550 of the Massachusetts Code of Regulations states that officers cannot use any amount of force unless it is necessary to effect a lawful arrest or detention, prevent an escape from custody, prevent imminent harm, or defend against an individual who initiates force against an officer. Because Officer Antonino was not acting according to any of the permissible justifications for force, it is likely that his use of force also violated Massachusetts state law. Officer Antonino's decision to follow and surveil Mr. Abrams after the interaction is also highly questionable and adds credibility to the argument that his actions were intended to chill Mr. Abrams' speech. Furthermore, the supervisor who refused to accept Mr. Abrams' complaint likely violated Boston Police Department Rule 109 regarding discipline procedure, which has been in effect since April 12, 1983, and requires that all complaints be received and recorded courteously. It specifically states that no citizen shall be denied an opportunity to register a complaint. The rule also indicates that when an individual walks into a station to make a complaint, they must be directed to the nearest available supervisor, and the officer recording the complaint must complete a complaint form after obtaining as much information as possible from a citizen. The BPD officers engaged in what appeared to be a deliberate attempt to violate Mr. Abrams' constitutional rights at nearly every level. This interaction highlights how quickly a routine exercise of free speech can escalate into physical confrontation, and the detrimental effect that institutional stonewalling can have when officers disregard constitutional boundaries and accountability protocols. Mar. Abrams gets an A because, although he was somewhat combative, he remained well within his rights throughout the encounter, remained relatively calm despite the physical altercation, and followed up this interaction with the proper legal action. Even when confronted with aggression and intimidation, Mr. Abrams maintained composure and adhered to the boundaries of lawful conduct, exercised his First Amendment rights responsibly, did not obstruct any legitimate police function, and pursued redress through the appropriate legal channels. Mr. Abrams demonstrated a clear understanding of both his rights and the proper avenues to assert them, and his decision to bring a civil case against the department further reinforces his commitment to lawful accountability. While his tone may have been sharp at times, it never crossed into illegality or disruption, and under the First Amendment, even strong criticism of government actors is protected speech. In a climate where many auditors blur the line between expressive activity and unlawful conduct, Mr. Abrams kept his footing squarely within constitutional boundaries and is still pursuing accountability nearly 3 years after the interaction. I commend Mr. Abrams for exercising his rights responsibly and for adamantly pursuing justice through the courts. I will leave a link to Mr. Abrams' channel in the description and in a pinned comment if you'd like to support his work. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my second channel for even more police interaction content.